Woke and Ready TV, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Took a lot for me to come on here and make this video, man. I'm under the weather. Been down for like 3 days. You know what I mean? Got this stomach bug sitting here drinking my little Gatorade and trying to get myself back together. But I had to make a video about this whole Jay Z situation. It's crazy. It's bugged out. Cause I just made a video about Jay Z the other day, and like right after I made that video, these allegations came up. But my video was basically about music. Definitely wasn't nothing about none of this shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I kind of was. I kind of was expecting this. With all the shit going on with Diddy. But my opinion, I think this whole shit is bogus. You know what I mean? It have nothing to do with Jay Z being who he is. One of the big dogs in hip hop, probably the biggest dog in hip hop. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, who is Jay Z for real? Like, let's be honest. Like, he's somebody to us in our culture, but to the rest of the world, Jay Z is just a small guy. You know what I mean? He's a little guy. Anytime they will indict, Trump and all these big white dudes for shit like this, for essays, you like, who is Jay Z? Like, they don't care. They coming after you if they feel like they got something on you. But in this situation, I don't necessarily want to say that I think it's a money grab. To be honest, I mean, it might sound a little crazy. I think all this shit is set up. I think all this shit is set up by Jay Z and his attorneys and whoever this girl's supposed to be. I think this shit is purposely fake to throw Diddy under the bus. And here, I want y'all to hear me out. This girl came with claims saying she was 13 years old. She was at a Diddy party. She got drugged. She woke up. Jay Z was on top of her. Diddy took advantage of her. She went to the gas station, called her father. This was in 2000. First of all, the number one thing, another Diddy party, okay? Second of all, she was 13, you know what I mean? Which was in the year 2000. I think she would be about 37 years old now. First thing people gonna say is, why would she take this long to come out and say anything? And, I can't speak for females, but we do know, like, in these situations, sometimes females, they get assaulted and things of that nature. They never come out and say anything. They be afraid. They be afraid that people are gonna look at them as liars. People may not believe them. People gonna say this right here. What took you so long? It's like it's an embarrassment for them. You know what I mean? So that's like in the air right there. That's number two. Number three, with all this shit going on with Diddy right now, you know what I mean? It's easily for anybody to throw their name in the mix to say, yeah, I was there, I was at one of these parties, because they got fucking advertisements, commercials, or if you was assaulted by Diddy, call this number. And like, people is getting paid. From what I'm hearing, these women are getting paid. So who's the next big fish to go after? Obviously, is Jay Z, and I think people was expecting that. So the reason why I'm saying that I think this whole shit was set up is to show, like, by Hove and his team, and I believe this shit is going to go away because I think Jay's legal team is gonna shut this shit down on the strength it is set up. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead, get somebody to come at me, you know, boom, 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 so we can get this shit out the way and let them know that they'll think twice. That anybody that got an allegation against me, they're gonna think twice before putting an allegation against me. You know what I mean? We're gonna shut this down. We're gonna respond to it immediately. We're gonna put in our lawsuits. Ain't so anybody who thinking about coming at me, they ain't gonna want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We make the first one look like a liar, then the second one's gonna look like a liar. You know what I mean? In Diddy case, his shit folded because you know it was Cassie, and he immediately paid. Jay Z's team saying we ain't paying shit. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I encourage you guys to go to criminal, go to file criminal suits, not no civil suit to make it look like a money grab. You know what I'm saying? So let's say even if this shit is not made up, I believe his team, his legal team, is doing a good job. They're doing a good job by fighting back, standing firm. Like I can't speak on Diddy's lawyers because we all see where he at, but in whole situation, if it's made up, I can see why they would do some shit like that. You know what I mean? And me personally, I don't think that. I just don't. I'm not saying Jay Z is innocent of like shit of that nature, but I think he got a little. I think he's a little more careful. You know what I mean? I think he knows and been around Diddy doing all the shit that Diddy was doing. Like, you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Like, Diddy can be reckless. Diddy just seemed like one of them dudes. Like, if you at my party, give up your phones, this, that, and the third, you're going to see some wild shit. Anything goes. I believe Jay Z came to some of those parties, but I believe Jay Z was out. I don't take Jay Z of being one of them guys. I take Jay Z being one of them dudes that, like, if he's at a Diddy party and Diddy like, yo, I got this girl for you, Jay gonna be like, huh, I'm good. That's what I get from Hov. I don't get, oh, you got, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, take it to the room. I don't get that from Hov. You know what I mean? I mean, I could be wrong. We don't know. I wasn't there, but I take that, like from Jay, like I'm good. You come on, man. You know I'm good, man. You know what I mean? And I believe Hov was like that for a long time. But the argument can come up with like, yeah, well, he dated Foxy Brown, which was rumors. Even though Nas said, you know what I mean, Foxy got you out because you kept your face in her puss and all that. You know what I mean? It was rumors. She denied it. So once the female denied it, obviously, you can't, what can you say once the female deny it? You know what I mean? She denied it. You know what I mean? They could talk about Aaliyah. I got so much to say about that because Aaliyah, we know the situation with her and R. Kelly, but I believe at around the time she was messing with Dame and Jay, I believe she was of age. She still was young, but I think she was over 18 at that time. You know what I'm saying? They could, who else? I mean, the only one they probably can really, argue about is the young dude that claims he's Jay Z's son. He looks just like Jay Z. They saying that his mother was 15 at the time. She got pregnant with him. Jay Z at that time, I don't know. Like he probably was. He probably was still a teenager too, because this was, back in the day. This young man in his 30s right now. Jay Z probably was still in his teens too. And let's keep it 100, man. Like, let's keep it 100 because a lot of people said this on a platform. Hassan Campbell said it, and I'm saying it. There's a lot of females out here, 13, not now. I don't know how it goes now, but like back in the day when I was in high school, it was very hard for us young brothers in high school to pull the girls that we liked that was in high school with us, yo, for real. Because we'll be in high school, the ninth graders and the 10th grade girls and all that, we couldn't really get those girls. It was hard. You know why? Because the dudes that was on the streets, the dudes we looked up to, they was pulling up to the schools in their cars, jewelry on, music blasting, picking up these girls. And I know a lot of them. And a lot of these girls, there's a lot of these young boys' mamas out here, they won't admit to the shit. But yeah, we remember. We remember they wouldn't give us the time of day until we got older. After all these girls got ran through by these older dudes, you know what I'm saying? Then they want to double back and come holler at us, you know what I'm saying? This shit was crazy. It made us want to get our money up, go on the streets, you know what I mean? And do the same thing. Not saying that I ever, did no shit like that. Like, wait, I got my money up and you know what I mean? Come date some high school girls. Nah, you know what I mean? Me personally, I always liked the older women. You know what I mean? My kid's mother, my first kid's mom, she a year older than me. And my wife now is 3 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? I always liked the older women. So, you know what I mean? I never, you know, that just never was my twist. Even when I was like single, 28 and shit like that, the time I was single, 28, 29, I couldn't deal with no female that was like 21 or 22. I just felt like they just was, you know what I mean? Not all of them. Like the ones that I was coming across, I'm like, man, we ain't got shit in common. They young minded. Like I always admire older women, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like these young females back in the day, they was on to these older guys with the bag. You know what I'm saying? So Jay Z in that aspect, as him being young and that who's supposed to be his kid's mom, she was still young. She's gone now. She can't tell her side of the story. But if that is his son, you know what I mean? Hey, that's his son. I don't think you can, you know, he can't be, booked or anything for that. But I think that was just the time that they was in. You know what I mean? And we gotta start opening our eyes to certain shit. But as far as these charges, these allegations right here, I just, I can't. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I think it's some BS, man. I think it's a lot of BS with that. It might not be made up, man. If he did do this, and let me make this clear, if it is true, and he did do this to this little girl at the time, she was 13. I say this about anybody taking advantage of somebody that's 13 years old, or 14, or 15, or 16, or 30. You deserve to be hung publicly. You know what I'm saying? You deserve death. Cause there's no way all this money that you have, all this power that you have, you can get any female that you want, but you want to take advantage of somebody that don't want to do what you want them to do. So you're gonna drug them and take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? Nah, not on my watch. You deserve anything that comes to you. But in this situation, I think this shit is all a play to set an example to any female out there that may think that they have, been a victim and think about that they're gonna just come with a lawsuit. They're gonna shut that down immediately. And I think this is what this is all about right here. For real. You can't be surprised at what these people with money and power would do to see their position. And you gotta play chess sometimes. It's fucked up, but it's like sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? Because just by if it is true and he's doing this, he can lose a lot of money and a lot of contracts and shit. You got the Super Bowl he in with the NFL and all that. They can allegation like that, one allegation can stop the whole stop a big chunk of his money. You know what I mean? That's why he's fighting back the way he is. You know what I mean? But who knows, man? I just think it's all I think it's a play. I won't even necessarily say a money grab. I think it's a play to send a message out to any female that think that they may have you know, because it could have been females, you know what I mean, he had one night stands with and they was with it. But now, since all this stuff going on, they going to say, well, I was feeling a little drunk and I wasn't feeling like myself. And then I woke up and, you know what I mean? And these girls be lying. They be lying. They was with it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say the underage ones, like, you know what I mean? Because if they underage 13 and all that, no, come on. But the ones that was of age and they went to these parties and they knew what they was getting into and they knew what they wanted to do, like, I think this is a message for them. Like, don't come trying to double back and trying to get no money out of me. You know what I mean? It's been 20, 30 years later. Like, come on. That's just my opinion. I think it's all bogus. I think it's all BS. But what's your thoughts, man? This is one of the longest videos I made, man. I ain't trying to be long-winded, but I just wanted to speak my piece, man. I'm about to, take it down, get some rest, and trying to get myself back in good shape, man. Y'all pray for me. You know what I mean? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Spoken Ready TV. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Peace and love.